As well as our music video, we got feedback from the same audiences on our ancillary texts. In a way, gaining audience feedback on these texts was easier than the video, as we could show them all together, allowing for easier comparison between earlier and current drafts. From our first draft of our digipack, we were told that the idea was well thought out and that it worked well, and so we simply expanded and developed the digipack into our final product based on this, making sure that we stuck to the professional theme that we were aiming for. The stickers on the front and back did need to be changed a few times so that they stood out more, and we were constantly told that the inside of the digipack needed more composition such as layering, and so we took this into account and layered 3 images to create more visual excitement. We did reject some feedback from one of our secondary audiences, however, when it was suggested that the inside needed even more composition. We disagreed and thought that if we used any more layering in this image, it would not be effective and would look amateur. We feel that by rejecting this feedback, our product has turned out more effective than it would have if we followed this feedback. These were the only major negative points that we received, and so the feedback for our digipack was relatively positive. With our mag ads, we used a variety of images for both the teaser and final advertisements. We got feedback on all of these ads and were told that some worked better than others. On one of the teaser mag ads, some feedback that we received suggested we move the QR code on Poppy's dress and to remove the coming soon from the ad as a whole. The removal of the coming soon creates more of a buzz about the ad, making the audience more intrigued. We were told to try moving the QR code onto the bottom of the dress to reflect the male gaze theory subtly. By having it placed here, it is drawing attention to her lower body and is subtly objectifying her body, taking into consideration the younger audience. This is to attract more of our secondary male audience. With one of our final mag ads, we had an image of half of my face placed next to the text. We were told that the framing of this image did not work at all, and so we chose a different full-length photo, which proved to look more professional and effective. The uses and gratifications theory argues that the success of a text depends wholly on the audience rather than the producers. The theory claims that audiences choose how they want to consume text to gain feelings of relaxation as well as emotional pleasures, as spoken about by Rick Altman. Audience feedback is important before the final product is produced, as we as producers need to be sure of their views and feelings towards elements of the text and whether they would reject or interpret the product on release. Stuart Hall's theory of preferred reading can also be applied here, as the audience is in control of how they interpret and understand a text, often through the use of intertextuality. Because we ourselves use intertextuality from various existing productions, we feel that our audience should be able to understand our text, and will therefore be able to follow the video and see the links between the text clearly. Digitization has allowed us to gain feedback from a wider audience and has provided us with a huge advantage in receiving a variety of views. All of our feedback combined has enabled us to create 3 products which are all of a high standard, taking into consideration existing texts and theories to back up our choices. Because our texts have received a lot of useful feedback from our target audience, we feel that this has also helped us to engage the audience in different emotional ways, and because they can see improvements that they may have suggested, a stronger relationship can be built between the fans and the text. Audience feedback has also enhanced our self-criticism skills, as our work would have been extremely subjective without the incorporation of different views. It allowed us to see our work from other people's points of view, rather than being totally self-involved with the work, which was also a major advantage, as it meant we could spot things that weren't quite right that we may not have picked up on without the outside input.